Hi there, it's Erin McGuire, owner of Pure Light Wellness. Today I wanted to share with you about a client that I had recently who was asking me, she's like, I'm having some issues feeling motivated, to work out, to do the things that I know I need to do for my health and making me feel better, eating right. And I just don't feel motivated to do those things. I want to sit around and I don't feel like going to the gym and I don't feel like eating super healthy. So what can you do for me? And it was just an interesting conversation because what I actually ended up telling her is we can't wait for motivation. We can't wait to be motivated to do something. The motivation might never come. Quite literally, you might sit around and wait to be motivated or have that spark of creativity to start that new project, and you could be sitting there waiting forever because sometimes we just don't feel like doing things. And I always think that, it's like we've all got this angry teenager inside of us that doesn't want to do things like you were when you were a teenager, like, I don't want to go to school today. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing my homework. We don't feel like doing a lot of things, but most of us wouldn't skip brushing our teeth, even if we don't feel like it. A lot of times you just want to hit the hay and go to bed, but I would bet that most of you, hopefully, that's my goal anyway, watching this would, or listening to this, would want to brush your teeth before getting into bed, even if you're super tired, because it's going to make you feel better when you go to bed with clean teeth. Or, you get up in the morning to go to work even if you don't want to because you need to pay for certain things in your life and take care of your family. So we do a lot of things without motivation. And any kind of goal that you have for yourself is no different. Sure, there's times where you just wake up and pop out of bed and you're like, I'm ready to go to the gym this morning and hit my workout. And there's times where it feels a lot easier than other times where you're just like, this is the last thing I want to do. But you just got to do it anyway. You just have to do the thing anyway. Whatever it is, whatever the goal is, whatever the intention is or the desire that you have for yourself, do not sit around and wait to be motivated to do it. Go out there, create a plan for yourself, sit down, just after you're listening to this, sit down for 10 minutes and write out a plan. If it's working out, how many times a week? A couple times a week for how long? Where are you gonna go? Are you doing an at-home workout or going somewhere? If it's an eating plan, sit and write that out. What are you cutting out? What are you adding in? How are you going to help yourself when you don't feel like making a meal? Create a little plan for yourself and then just stick to it. Be gentle with yourself if you're going through something and you just don't make it to the gym that day. I mean, I'm not talking about being a drill sergeant all the time. There are times when we can allow for, life to take us in a different direction that day, and it's okay. Or maybe we got sick and we just really can't go. Like, don't push yourself to an extreme. But I think you understand what I'm saying here, which is, set a realistic goal for yourself and just decide you're going to do it. And when you don't feel like it, say, I'm going to feel better afterwards. It's just an hour of my life. That's what I tell myself when I don't want to go work out. It's just an hour of my life. It'll be over before I know it, and I'll feel better afterwards. So motivate yourself with the end result rather than the pain of the process getting to that end result, right? Getting in your car if it's cold and, driving to the place and going through all the motions that you have to go through there. And don't think about all that. Think about how you're going to feel at the end. Focus on the end goal, the end result. And that will motivate you. That will at least you'll be able to talk yourself through that negative mind that's like, I don't feel like doing it today. So that's my advice for you today. Don't wait to be motivated. Get out there and go after what you want and just stick to it. Just stick to it. Make that goal with yourself, because that's the other thing too. When we make commitments to ourselves, when we say, and that's why I say be realistic. Don't say I'm going to work out every single day this week for an hour. That's not realistic for most people. 3 times a week or 2 times a week. Start with something manageable you can add on later. But if you overcommit yourself and then you don't show up, every time you do that to yourself, by the way, you create this internal conflict because you're going against your own word, right? When you say you're going to do something and then you don't do it. So just be very careful about that, right? Start small, but then commit to it and know that every time you do that, you build up your self-confidence to get out there and do it again next time. I hope this video helped. Leave a comment below and let me know what your goals are for this coming year and how this helped you. And if you're one of those people that sits around and waits to be motivated, did this help to set the tone straight so that you're out there doing that thing? We would love to hear from you. Make sure you hit that bell if you liked this video and subscribe to the channel to always get the latest videos. Thank you so much for watching.